Hello everybody, this is Joshua Phillips Mathematics, and as always, if you need math tutoring online, or if you live in the Wheeling or Moundsville, West Virginia area, you can get in touch with me wherever you're seeing this, or at facebook.com/Joshua Phillips Mathematics. Just a quick video today on the term math brain, or any variation of people being, predestined for mathematics or whatever. So, I think it's definitely true that, like almost anything else, mathematical ability is going to have some sort of genetic developmental component. It's a talent to some extent. I think the problem is that we greatly overstate that in a way that makes people inhibit themselves from learning math. So there's two examples. The first is, it can actually work in as a sort of psychological thing where you think of yourself as not a math person, so you turn off your brain when you encounter math, or you encounter sort of a logic puzzle thing. Instead of sitting there going, okay, what can I try? And maybe you think about it a little bit and you say, okay, this does seem to be above my level. But it's really not helpful to learning math or anything else if you start with a mindset that you can't learn it and that it's not worth the effort of trying to engage your brain. That I think is the first problem is, maybe you're not naturally talented in a certain sense, but you can't be sure just based off of, whether you liked first grade math. Secondly, the sort of problem with the math brain idea is when you define yourself as bad at math, frequently that happens instead of saying something that might help, which is, okay, I've been struggling with math the way it's taught. Maybe I should look for people who present the material in a fundamentally different way. And I think the most likely source of value here is for a lot of people, they struggle with math when it's presented in a very abstract way. It's sort of treated as, here's this logic game we're learning how to play, and eventually 10 years from now when you have a job, it'll loop around and you'll be able to use this stuff. And I think probably one of the best places to improve is that if you struggle with learning math that way, look for people, and this is certainly going to be my goal, tutoring-wise, who, when they see you're having trouble learning that way, switch to, okay, here's an actual thing we do using this math. Let's do that thing and talk about how the math relates to it. So as a very simple low-level example, in geometry, if you're learning about surface area and perimeters and things like that, if someone is struggling learning it in the abstract, what I would generally do is very literally say, okay, imagine we wanted to cover this table with carpeting. How many tile is much better for this. How many tiles would we need? And we'd say, well, okay, it takes 4 tiles, say, to go across the table, and say 6 to go down the table. And then we notice that this is, 6 times 4. We notice that if we were to make the table twice as wide, we would need twice as many tables, and so on. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. And again, contact me if you need some math help online or in my local area I mentioned at the beginning. Thank you very much for watching. Please share the content if you enjoy, and have a nice day.